contest that they won by more than 10 points in that ball game, so they look good on Monday night in that win. And this one should be a good ball game based upon the players that are out there and the teams themselves overall. Miles College at 21-4 overall, ranked 10 in the region coming into today's play. And a region report comes out later today. We'll see if they bounced up any at all in region play as that's announced. But Fred Watson and the Golden Bears, number 1 in the West, and they are the defending SIAC champs. And they will meet the Tigers of Savannah State in basketball action on quarterfinal day. Players have been introduced here inside the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center. Just about set to begin action. We'll give you a quick rundown of those starting players and the players to watch out for. For the Tigers of Savannah State, Zion Williams, Avery Joyner, Trey DeLoach, Marcus Scott, and Andre Okorodudu. Those are the starters for head coach Horace Broadnax, who's in his 15th year as a head coach of the Tigers of Savannah State. Winners on Monday night, 79-66 over the Badgers of Spring Hill. Starting lineup for the Golden Bears, Richard Fagan will go at one of the guards. Avery Brown, the All-SIAC first-team player and player of the year. Jalen Watson-Gill, a second-team All-SIAC player. Joel Logan and Brandon Stewart, the starting 5 for the Golden Bears. Tap up and controlled already. Golden Bears will have it on offense first. And we are underway in this quarterfinal ball game. 2 more quarterfinal events coming your way after this one. But right now our attention is on the number 1 team out of the West and the new start in the SIAC, the Tigers of Savannah State. Quickly down at the block. The Tigers work it. Now they work it around the perimeter. Watson-Gale had it taken away. The whistle's back the other way now, so it'll go back toward the Bears of Miles College. They'll have it side out, far side of the floor. Avery Brown, the All-SIAC player, set to inbound the basketball. Just underway. Glad you could join us for our coverage and continuing coverage of the SIAC basketball tournament. Second quarterfinal ball game of the day. Lady Golden Bears won the first one, so they advance to the semis. The men trying to see if they can't do the same thing. Basketball stays with the Golden Bears as it was tapped around by Savannah State. Does not reset the shot clock. It's at 15. Out front. Jumper out front there in the corner. This one by Jalen Watson-Gale. That one's off the mark. Going back the other way with a push against the Golden Bears. It was called on Logan, the junior. And now we go back the other way with Savannah State handling the basketball. Got a Savannah State alum right behind us, Ruben Perez, now the sports information director at Morehouse College and assistant athletics director for external affairs. Keenly watching this ball game to see what his loyal school will do. Savannah State back into the SIAC after a hiatus for several years. They work it down at the block, spinning with the jump shot. Shots off the mark on the inside. Fought for, tapped around, and will stay with Savannah State. Tigers with that 79-66 win over the Badgers of Spring Hill on Monday. Shot 45% from the floor in that win, 24-53. Down at the block, head fake there by Trey DeLoach, and the junior gets the first points of the ball game, and they belong to the Tigers of Savannah State. Whistles on the penetration there by Avery Brown, the junior trying to go right. Foul was called on Avery Joyner. Joyner for the Tigers on Monday night, 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Quick substitution in the ball game for the Tigers of Savannah State. We saw a lot of liberal substituting by Coach Horace Broadnax on Monday in that win. Bryce Parks getting out on the floor quickly for Savannah State. The sophomore from Hampton, Georgia. Down at the block, spinning on the inside and to the glass. A shot is off the mark by Braden Stewart. Basketball back over to Savannah State. Golden Bears, this is their first foray into tournament play. They had to bye because they finished first in the West with a 21-4 record overall and 16-3 in conference play. As we indicated, Coach Watson named Coach of the Year in the SIAC, and polls from the South region of the NC2A find the Golden Bears at number 10 in the most recent, the first and second poll that was released during the course of the basketball season. And again, one slated to come out later this afternoon. All eyes hoping that the Golden Bears, with their record and some of the other things that are going on with other schools and other conferences in the region, will give them a chance to go up into the ranking and not necessarily have to worry about getting the at berth by winning the tournament, but by winning it based upon getting into the tournament by their ranking. But the easiest way to secure that road to postseason play is to win. They did it last year in Coach Watson's first year, and the Golden Bears are the defending champs. That means you have a mark on your back. Tigers of Savannah State would like nothing more than to knock off the number one team. Out front, the jumper there by Joyner is off the mark. Golden Bears catch up with it in the corner, still looking for their first point of the ball game. Fagan, the junior, out front, handles, slicing left side, down at the block, in traffic, and the Golden Bears throw it away. And back the other way goes Joyner now at the rack, and a whistle down low. Joel Logan defending. And so was Richard Fagan on that exchange down low. They get Fagan for the foul. As you take a look there at Fred Watson. Just an incredible career by him. 16 years at Benedict College before coming over to Miles College a year ago. And at Benedict College, that was his alma mater. A 320-win season of over 16 years at 61%. Only lost 150 ball games during that time. Still not able to get in that, trying to get in the scoring column this trip down the floor. Savannah State missed on their end. On the weave, space, shot rejected by Brown near behind the arc. Now he'll get it and back in the corner. And they've got 7 to shoot. Sliding down on the floor was Fagan, but the basketball inside, now firing a three-pointer. That rimmer is off the mark by Jalen Watson-Gale. And look at the number of bodies on the floor inside the paint here at the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center. They unpowell it. Just a mad scram for a loose basketball. That's exactly what you want to see. They'll go to the arrow, and the arrow sends it the way of the Tigers of Savannah State. As far as Broadenax, a seasoned coach for the Tigers of Savannah State. Spent 5 years at Bethune-Cookman College. And the jumper from the outside is good by Joyner, and a whistle down low as well. Wait and see what the determination is. So they're going to count the basket and also assess a foul against Braden Stewart down low for the Golden Bears. So that goes double-double for the Tigers of Savannah State. They got the three-pointer, and they'll have the basketball. Almost throw it away on the entry play, but they regain. This is Marcus Scott, the outstanding freshman for the Tigers of Savannah State from Hinesville, Georgia. 23 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in the first-round win over Spring Hill. They are going to be a strong contender in the SIAC for as long as they are going to be a part of the conference, which we hope will be for the duration. Jalen Watson-Gale finds the range finally down in the corner for the Golden Bears as he knocks down the triple. So 6-3 lead for the Tigers of Savannah State. Miles College gets their first scores of the ball game. This is Zion Williams trying to work left side. 8 to shoot now for the Tigers. Good defensive work by the Golden Bears of Miles College. That is their trademark. And they won't get a shot off before the buzzer. That is what we've seen all season long for the Golden Bears of Miles College. They are actually nationally ranked as it relates to their abilities defensively. 15-12 remains in the first half. It's a 6-3 lead for the Tigers of Savannah State over the Golden Bears of Miles College. This is quarterfinals men's action from the 2020 SIAC basketball tournament, and it's live on FloHoops. We are back live in Rock Hill, South Carolina, the site of the 2020 SIAC basketball tournament. Day 3 of action, quarterfinal action for men and women. First time out, Tigers of Savannah State at 2 of 5 from the floor, 40% shooting. Golden Bears with a slow start, 1 and 6 at 16%. Watson Gale handles out front now. Pushes across the floor, deep in the corner with a jumper from there. That shot is off the mark. That was Ryan Calhoun, who just got on the floor for the Golden Bears, missing in the corner. Calhoun, the junior from Thomasville, Georgia. Zion Williams out front for the Tigers, tapped away by the Golden Bears. They save it. Good effort there by Frank Royals, the senior, just out on the floor. Royals able to save it and avoid hitting one of the stair posts here inside the arena. Watson Gale pushes back out now inside Calhoun to the rack. Shots off the mark. Umar Frost out on the floor as well. So Coach Watson trying to shake things up with a new team of personnel out there. The only one from the starters remaining is Avery Brown at this point. Sliding to the rack and underneath. Golden Tigers got an easy lay-in down low. That was Trader Loach, the junior from Richmond Hill, with the basket for Savannah State. They lead it 8-3. Brown, right side for the Golden Bears, pushes back out front. Here's the jumper by Royals, and he knocks it down for the Golden Bears. So Royals on the season at 37% from behind the arc. Team overall for Miles shot 36% from behind the arc. 8-6 lead now for Savannah State. Scott toward the rack left corner, got the basketball to fall on the lay-in. Challenged Frost down low, and Scott with the good English on the basketball got the roll. 10-6 Savannah State with the lead. Back the other way, down at the block. Jalen Watson Gale not able to convert on that shot in the corner. Correction, that was Royals again on the shot in the corner. Not able to put it down. But a foul on that end of the floor against the Tigers of Savannah State. A couple of substitutions in now for Coach Horace Broadnax, which include Joseph Boykin. Also out on the floor, Zion Henderson coming back out. And Larson Ashford, the junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, on the floor. Frost in the corner for the Golden Bears. They trail it 10-6. Whistles on the penetration there by Royals. And we go back the other way after the travel violation. So Ashford to inbound it for Savannah State. He'll give over to Joyner, who's back out on the floor. 12:44 remains, first half. Joyner wants to penetrate. And got it back out front to Scott. Now they're 10 to shoot here for the Tigers. Hard move by Marcus Scott with the floater right side, left it on the cylinder. And here come the Golden Bears now. Brown pushes right side to Royals in the corner. Jump shot there by Calhoun's off the mark, but a fresh 20 for the Golden Bears on the rebound. Brown pushes right side, now to the left with the left-hand lay-in, missed on the shot. He faked it to defense, just couldn't finish. Back the other way in a hurry, the Tigers of Savannah State underneath. They will have it after the timeout. This is a timeout with 12 minutes remaining in the first half, and the Tigers of Savannah State leading it 10-6 in this first half of quarterfinal play as you take a look at the Tigers going down, not able to convert. And that'll take us to the break here on Flo Hoops. Back live inside the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center after a timeout. 12 minutes left first half. It's the Tigers of Savannah State with a 10-6 lead over the Golden Bears of Miles College. The defending champs, Golden Bears of Miles College, 21-4 overall and 16-3 in SIAC play. Savannah State, 10-12 overall, and they finished 10-9 in SIAC play. Came in ranked 4th out of the East in tournament positioning. Savannah at 50% from the floor at 4 of 8 shooting, 50% from the behind the arc at 1 of 2, and 50% from the line at 1 of 2. Bears of Miles College, low percentage shooting from the floor at only 2 of 12. And they've got 2 baskets from behind the arc and have not made a trip to the free throw line yet. Can't help but wonder, since Savannah State did play on Monday in the opening round, they got a lot of their rust off of them as postseason play started, but the Golden Bears of Miles College have been idled since about the latter part of February. Around the 25th is when their last regular season ball game was. And now they're here at the early first week of March and just getting back into play. So we'll see how much of a factor that has been that they laid off for a while. They have the basketball in the backcourt. Avery Brown, the junior, handles. Pressure out front by the Tigers. Now Stewart with a touch. Tried to do the give and go, and it's taken away by Savannah State. That's turnover number 7 for the Golden Bears. Down in the corner, Joyner pushing toward the rack, and Royals fouls him on the way. Stewart takes a seat. Jalen Watson-Gale back out on the floor now for the Golden Bears. Marcus Scott backpedals near the timeline for Savannah State. Works it on the weave to Avery Joyner. Joyner back to Scott. Scott is deadly from behind the arc. This time he dumped it down in the corner. And the shot clock at 2. Scott fires, and he missed on the shot. Shot clock violation will give the basketball back to the Golden Bears of Miles College. Fagan back out on the floor handling the basketball. Up top they go to Logan. Now on the swing it's Jalen Watson-Gale. Jalen Watson-Gale with the left hand. It just won't stay down. Had the look and the lean. It just didn't stay. Watson-Gale, second team All-SIAC player, missing on that shot. 10:37 left first half. 10-6 lead for Savannah State. Out front with the basketball, it's Andrew Okorodudu. Now they work it inside and back out to Joyner now. Scott in the corner for 3, front of the iron, but the rebound's chased down by Parks, and they'll get another look. Outside this time from behind the arc, it's Joyner. His offering is off the mark, but it stays with the Tigers of Savannah State. As you take a look at the three-pointer hoisted by Joyner. In the battle for the basketball down low. Fagan contesting with Parks. 20 now for Savannah State in a half-court set. Basketball stayed on there to the floor. Scott handles once again as we near 10:05 left in the ball game in the first half of play. Scott works the screen left side all the way through. Shot rejected, but a foul on the way toward the rack. Royals trying to catch up with that play on the trip of Marcus Scott as he was coming by. They were trying to collapse on him. Royals used an illegal method, the trip. They caught him for it, and that's the second foul on him. Zion Williams back out on the floor. He will inbound the basketball for Savannah State. Before he does that, though, Coach Watson able to get Ryan Calhoun back out on the floor. Tigers inbound it. We're under 10 minutes left. Pretty quick moving first half of play. Right side and underneath all the way through is Williams, who just got back out on the floor. Williams in first round play, 3 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists on Monday. First points of this ball game. Jelani Watson-Gale for 3, can't find the range yet. Missed on that one, but Fagan runs down a long rebound there for the Golden Bears. Back to Jelani Watson-Gale again, same result. This one's short. New facility that the Golden Bears and everybody in the tournament's playing in here in Rock Hill. So they take a little bit of time to get adjusted. This is Williams again inside the paint, spins with the jumper over to the defense of Fagan, and he gets the basket. So Savannah State looking a lot more fluid than the Golden Tigers at this point, or the Golden Bears, leading at 14-6. Watson-Gale going to elect to go on the inside this time. He got a better result. Got the floating jumper right side for the basket. So it's 5th point of the ball game. That makes it a 14-8 lead. Savannah State with the lead and basketball. Williams in the paint, tied up over to Scott. Whistles and a travel violation for Marcus Scott and the Tigers of Savannah State. That's turnover number 5 for them. Take a look at Williams there on that give to Scott. Yeah, a lot of movement of the feet there by Marcus Scott. Fagan out front. Watson-Gale looks to the inside. Now on the give, down low, on the turn. That was nicely done. Basket inside by Logan. Good assist from Jelani Watson-Gale on the pass. 14-10 the score now. Tigers still have the lead, but the Golden Bears looking or showing early signs of maybe settling in a little. Had fake at the block down there by Deloach. Now to push it back out front to Scott. Scott down at the block, underneath, too deep that time for Okorodudu. And the basketball goes over to the Golden Bears. Golden Bears with a good defensive stop there. Scott with a good dish, but Okorodudu so far up under the cylinder was not able, even with his long arms, to get back into the field of play to get the lay-in. Timeout on the floor, 7:32 left in this first half of play. Savannah State with a 14-10 lead over the defending SIAC champs, the Golden Bears of Miles College. Scott on the penetration. Okorodudu can't convert, and that'll take us to the break here on Flo Hoops. Get connected with Peachtree City, Georgia, as the SIAC hosts the 2020 SIAC Tennis and Golf Championships. The best team in the league will showcase their talents April 15th through 17th as they face off to claim the SIAC title. For more information, visit www.thesiac.com. 7:32 left in this first half of basketball. Quarterfinal action between that man's team, the Tigers of Savannah State. That's head coach Horace Broadnax on your screen there. They lead at 14-10 over the Golden Bears of Miles College. Savannah State at 42% shooting from the floor now, 6 of 14, and Miles starting to push his percentage upward. They're now at 4 of 18 and 22%. Earlier in that first half, they were at 16% shooting. On the weave, Jelani Watson-Gale in the paint, down at the block, and they take it away as Stewart can't handle the pass. So the Savannah State will have the basketball after turnover number 7 by the Golden Bears. Boykin works it out front to Deloach. Now Joyner behind the arc. Free for three on a triple, and he made the Golden Bears pay for the lax defense. They left him alone there momentarily, and he knocks it down. That's his 7th point of this first half of play. Stewart out front. Watson Gale down in the corner to Fagan. Fagan across the floor, down in the corner to Calhoun now. 6 to shoot, and whistles inside the paint. Stewart and Zion Henderson jockeying for position on the inside, and Henderson picks up the foul. Non-shooting foul here for the Golden Bears. They'll go right of the cylinder. Fagan out front. Watson Gale going to elect to go inside the paint with the floater. Better decision because he got the basket. So he's converted on his last 2 field goals inside of the paint. We go to 6 minutes left in this first half. 17-12 lead for the Tigers. Inside the paint. Joyner's shot is off the mark. He was deep inside the paint, just could not convert. This is Brown back the other way, misses on his shot. DeLoach in trouble. Up to Zion Henderson. Now down at the block, spinning and turning, challenged on the inside as Joyner misses the shot. Good second effort there by that Golden Bear defense. Lead is 5 for the Tigers of Savannah State. Right side goes Brown. Left it for Watson Gale. Oh, he'll go inside attacking. Pushes it. Jumper. Calhoun. Got it. Finally, the Golden Bears getting the spacing they want as everybody collapsed, and Calhoun for 3 knocked it down. The lead for the Tigers has been cut to 2 now. Scott on the weave. Now over to Boykin. Boykin back out front. Joyner. Scott to the rack, missed on the shot. Rebound controlled by the long arms of Joel Logan. So the Golden Bears can tie it up or go ahead, and they will on the 3-point shot by Richard Fagan. The triple sends the lead over in the column of the Golden Bears, 18-17. That's the first lead of the ball game for Miles College. Inside on a whistle there. That'll be a travel violation against the freshman Avery Joyner. .408 remaining in the first half. Take a look at Joyner on the penetration. 1 too many. Golden Bears reclaim the lead at 18-17. Another look at that travel there by Brown, Joyner for the Tigers of Savannah State. Right side, Brown for the Golden Bears has it taken away. He was trying to throw it back to the interior. So they go tit for tat on the turnovers, and it's back to the Tigers. Scott wants to work right side. They try to work it down at the block. They get it there to DeLoach there for the bank shot, but he missed. Rebound to Logan. Watson Gale handles in the front court now. We're at 3:15 left in this first half of play. Quarterfinal action. Watson Gale, thought 3, works off of a screen now. Trying to do a give and go. Back to Calhoun now. Watson Gale knocks down a triple. That's his second 3-pointer of the first half, and that was well developed by the Golden Bear offense. They take a 21-17 lead after the basket by Watson Gale. Scott lost his dribble. And it's down to 10 for the Tigers to shoot. Scott challenges, banks it, missed it. Rebound to Fagan. Golden Bears want to run. Right side, Calhoun to the rack down low. Basketball swatted out of bounds. Good defensive effort by Avery Joyner for the Tigers of Savannah. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this first half, and the players on the floor get a warm greet from head coach Fred Watson as they come toward the bench. He's happy to start to see his players find the rhythm that he's used to seeing them. And that's part of the rhythm right there. Richard Fagan from outside knocking down the triple. More basketball action on Flo Hoops after this timeout. Retool Your School is 11 years strong. Your historically black college or university could win $50,000 for campus upgrades. Will your school be the winner? Learn more and vote for your school at HBCU at retoolyourschool.com. 21-17, Golden Bears of Miles College now starting to find their rhythm here in the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. 21-17 after some good shooting from the floor. Back-to-back three-pointers before that timeout by Jalen Watson-Gale and Richard Fagan. They have the basketball in a half-court set. Fagan inside, kicks it back out front. There's a three-pointer by Brown. That one hit the back of the iron, but the rebound and the putback left side. Joel Calhoun, the junior from Huntsville, with the basket. Joel Logan on that basket, but they said Joel Calhoun. Ryan Calhoun, number 32. Joel Logan, 33. Logan with that basket. Out front, the jumper there by Joyner is off the mark. Golden Bears back the other way now with 1:40 left first half. Watson-Gale across the floor to Fagan. Now on instruction, Fagan pulls it back near the mid-stripe. Trying to do a give and go, but it's bounced away down low in the corner. This is Calhoun. His shot is off the mark. Backside, Jelani Watson-Gale with the rebound. Savannah State has it. And a travel violation against the Tigers. So the basketball is going to go back to the Golden Bears of Miles College, and they'll have a fresh 30 to work with. Tigers of Savannah State have gone notably cold here in the last few minutes of the ball game. As you can see, Bryce Parks trying to tiptoe that baseline, and he travels. So the Golden Bears with it out front. Watson-Gale free with some space. Oh, yeah. He created that space with the shake and bake fake and got some room and cans it for the Golden Bears. Their largest lead of the ball game, 26-17. Watson-Gale now with 13 in this first half. Joyner out front for the Tigers. Shot clock to 10. They work it on the inside. Bryce Parks to the rack. He missed on the shot. Golden Bears had it. Brown had it and lost it on his jersey. And it'll belong to the Tigers of Savannah State. There you see it there. As Brown was trying to wrap it up, just missed it. So right of the arc, it'll be Zion Williams to inbound it for the Tigers. Looks to the inside, may have to shoot it out front, and he does. Backpedaling is Scott past the mid-stripe to handle. .12 to shoot for the Tigers. Scott works it in, kicks it back in the corner. Brown again for three. This time he finds the range left corner for the Tigers. So 26-20 with 14 seconds left. See what the Golden Bears can do to close this first half out. Brown on the move, all the way to the rack, to the cylinder, missed on the shot. And there with a few seconds left, they may not get it airborne, and they will not. Scott was trying to get some space, not able to do it. So at the intermission, it's the Golden Bears of Miles College with a 6-point edge over the Tigers of Savannah State, 26-20. As you take a look at Scott trying to get that desperation shot to the cylinder, but they don't have the lights here. If they did, then the lights around the goal post would have shown that he didn't get it off in time. Time enough now for the Golden Bears. They lead at 26-20 at the break. We'll step out for a timeout and more quarterfinal action here from the SIAC tournament on FloHoops. We're back live inside the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Quarterfinal action at the intermission. Men's action. The Golden Bears of Miles College ranked number 1 in the west of the SIAC, leading the Tigers of Savannah State at the break 26-20 in a first half marred by a very slow start by the Golden Bears. But boy, did they start to catch on at the latter part of this half to get that 6-point separation from the Tigers of Savannah State. As we take a look at some of the first half stats here in that ball game between the Tigers and the Golden Bears. Field goal percentage, Miles College started near 16% at the beginning of this ball game, but they have upped that considerably, up now near 37% compared to 33% for the Tigers of Savannah State. From behind the arc, Miles upping that percentage as well. They lead in the contest through the first 20 minutes at 40%, 37% for the Tigers of Savannah State. They lead in the rebounding category as well, 20-14. And in the assist category, Fowles with a 7-3 edge there. Turnovers in that first half, 8 for the Golden Bears and 7 for the Tigers of Savannah State. Interesting first half. Golden Bears just getting into play action after having a first round bye, seemingly now getting their feet up under them and starting to find the rhythm that they are used to playing with. At the break, it's a 26-20 lead for the Golden Bears of Miles College over the Tigers of Savannah State. Just a couple of minutes before second half action gets started. We'll take a break here and get you set for the rest of this ball game after this timeout on FloHoops. Getting set for second half action between the Golden Bears of Miles College and the Tigers of Savannah State University. Quarter round action here from the SIAC basketball tournament. Winner obviously advancing to the semifinals on Friday. 2 more semifinal contests coming your way after this one. One entrant into the semifinal round has already been determined on the women's side. In play earlier today, it was the Lady Bears of Miles College claiming a semifinal spot with a win over the defending SIAC champs, the Lady Dragons of Lane College. They won that ball game 54-50. So head coach Philip Wallace and the Lady Bears pushing into semifinal play on Friday. Be among the first to hear tournament announcements and information. Stay connected and follow the SIAC on Twitter and Instagram at the SIAC, and be sure to like our page on Facebook at the SIAC for the latest information. Set to begin action now, second half. Good finish for the Golden Bears. Last few minutes of that first half found their rhythm, and they upped their defense to claim that 6-point lead. They'll have it. First crack on offense. Watson Gale out front. Watson Gill, leading scorer for the Golden Bears at the intermission with 13, and they start the second half with a soft jumper left of the foul line by Avery Brown. Brown, that's his first point of the ball game. So make it 28-20 now. Teams met once during the regular season, and it was a tight one. But it was the Tigers, Golden Bears winning it 65-56 over the Tigers. On the other end of the floor, Ora Okordudu got a basket on the inside for the Tigers. So make it 28-22. Hard push right side all the way to the center. Nicely done on the floater by Ryan Calhoun. So Calhoun with the basket right side. Take a look at that dish to him, and now here the hard push. Saw the lane. And just a nice little finger roll. Comes down on that left ankle. But he goes to the sideline looking at it. Seems to be okay as they take a look at him immediately grabbing that left ankle. but he's up and under power now. Walk toward the sideline. One more look at it. Oh, stepped on it. Wow. The defender for the Tigers of Savannah State, it was Orkodudu on the defensive end, did not mean to, but stepped on the ankle of Calhoun on the penetration. So he'll get the basket, and we'll see if he's able to come back into the basketball game. Back the other way now, Tigers with it, trailing by 8. Scott out front. Women's to action to follow here on quarterfinal day. It'll be the Lady Lions of Payne College and the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Line drive jumper before the buzzer, and that's nicely done by Zion Williams, the junior from Savannah, Georgia, with the basket. 30-24 after his shot. Out front, Avery Brown, the junior. Works it right side. Floater to the rack, missed on the shot. Rebound cleared inside by Okorodudu. Back to Williams on the move. Now left side goes to Loach. His runner is off the mark. A rebound comes clear to Braden Stewart. Golden Bears, Watson Gill left corner. He's got some space. Now down low and free at the block. Easy lay-in there by Brandon Stewart. And the assist to Jalen Watson Gill. They waited for that place to develop. Watson Gale did. Williams nails another triple. And a foul called on the play. Fagan with the body. So Williams, the junior, sharpshooter there, knocks down that triple. And Fagan with the foul. Nice piece of shooting there by Zion Williams. And he converts the rare 4-point play. 32-28. Golden Bears still leading it. Just underway here, second half. Glad you could join us for our continuing coverage. Charles Ward here with the play-by-play story of the tournament. Second quarterfinal ball game on the day when we have 2 more coming your way. Whistles on the penetration by the Golden Bears. They call the foul there on Marcus Scott. Scott with a big first round for the Tigers of Savannah State with those 23 points and 6 rebounds. But you got to know that the Golden Bears are aware of him, and they've done a pretty good job of shutting him down thus far in this basketball game. Watson Gale knocked them both down from the line for the Golden Bears. $17 minutes left now. Joyner dumped it down at the block, and Okorodudu tosses it about 4 or 5 rows high on the scores table side here. Not sure what he saw there, or maybe if it even slipped out of his hands. Watson Gale to inbound it now for the Golden Bears. They lead it 34-28. Fagan out front. Watson Gale up top. Pass at the block. Floating hook inside the paint. That's nicely done by Braden Stewart. Nice spacing on the floor for the Golden Bears. It gave Stewart a lot of space to work with down low. Scott inside the paint. Challenging on the inside on a whistle as Joyner went to the rack. Logan guilty of the foul by the Golden Bears. The freshman from Savannah shooting for the Golden Tigers. Joyner, 10 points in that first half. Gets the first free throw on this trip. corner, or the second of two. Got that one as well. 16:22 remains. Fagan across the timeline for Miles. Miles, the defending SIAC champs. Behind the arc, Watson Gale got the space and got the basket. He has found his rhythm here in the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center now. Started out slowly. It's hit his last several field goals, inside and out. Scott tied up across the floor to Zion Williams. Scott will try it again, this time inside the paint. Got the space on the floater, and he knocks it down for the Tigers. (39-32). Golden Bears with the lead and basketball. Brown at the block. Floater inside, same result. Brandon Stewart. Good dish on the inside by Fagan to get it there, recognizing that the defense had collapsed on him underneath. So the Golden Bears starting to show a variety of weapons on the offensive end. Zion Williams, hard push right side. Now inside the paint. Okorodudu turns to the rack, missed on the floater, but follows with his own flush on the inside. 41-34 after the acrobatic flush by Okorodudu. Whistles near the mid-stripe. Joyner guilty of the foul by Savannah State. Try that little quick swipe, and most of the time when you do that, if you don't come away clear with that basketball, you're going to be hit with the foul. He was. So 14:37 remaining in this contest. Take a look at the work on the inside. Okorodudu missing on the first shot, but that's how you want to finish it, with the twisting flush. 41-34 your score. Timeout here on FloHoops. In addition to the basketball tournament, in 7 weeks, all roads will lead to Rock Hill for the 2020 SIAC Track and Field Championship. The events are set to kick off April 18th. Be sure to visit www.thesiac.com for brackets, schedules, and more. So the conference and the city of Rock Hill is solidifying a relationship that's gone back for a few years now, because they started with track and field events here in the city of Rock Hill, and now it's spread into basketball. Underway after the timeout. Watson Gale pushes across the floor. 10 to shoot. Royals out on the floor now for the Golden Bears. Fagan all the way through left side, missed on the bank shot. Rebound cleared below by Avery Joyner, the freshman. And Joyner works it left side of the floor. Up top, this is DeLoach handling. Now he pushes across the floor. Shot clock at 7. Scott comes out with it with 5 to shoot. Basketball on the floor and taken away by the Golden Bears. They got the numbers now. Watson Gale, left side, easy lay-in on a 4-on-2 break there for Miles College. (43-34) after the basket by Watson Gale. Back the other way, Okorodudu missing on a flush there right side, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Okorodudu, the sophomore from Lagos, Nigeria, listed at 6'6", very athletic. There inside. Foul was called against Frank Royals. And Okorodudu to the line shooting. Rimmer falls off on the first. Tigers of Savannah State from the free throw line, 4 of 5 at 80%. At the last time out, 42% from the floor, 19 of 31 shooting, and 4 of 9 from behind the arc at 44%. Golden Bears of Miles College as Okorodudu connects on the second of 2. They are 47% shooting from the floor at 16 of 34 and 7 of 16 from behind the arc. They lead it 43-35, basketball in a half-court set. Fagan, bounce pass over to Brown. Brown with the floater, missed on his shot, but there inside for the putback is Umar Frost. So Frost with his first points of the ball game. Scott out front. He'll raise and fire a three-pointer. Cylinder look there, just wouldn't stay down for him. Had it right in there, spins out on him. Back the other way now. Behind the arc is Royals. He'll attack left side to the rack. Left it there for Frost. Frost to the rack. Missed on the shot, but the whistle.
Foul number 2, Bryce Parks, his first.
Call was on Bryce Parks. And Frost to the line to shoot. His first trip to the free throw line. Frost, a senior from Newark, New Jersey. Just to show you how much quality there is in this Golden Bear basketball program. Frost was a starter for the Golden Bears for most of his career at Miles College. And it's no knock on his game, but now he is coming off of the bench based upon additional talent that is coming into the college. Frost knocks them both down, make it 47-35. Joyner across the timeline. On the weave, gives it to Zion Williams. Down in the corner now, they give it over to Trey DeLoach. Floater inside the paint, missed on it. Frost there to clear the errant shot for the Golden Bears. Brown across the floor, he pushes to Terrell Waiters, the junior who just got on the floor. Now on the move, Fagan at the rack, and shot rejected down low by Okoro Dudu. They go back the other way, Zion Williams to the rack, and a whistle there. Blocking foul called at the baseline against Avery Brown for Miles College. Williams there trying to get it airborne on the shot, but the contact down low. Take a better look at it here. Brown challenging, but not in any solid defensive positioning. So it'll be Zion Williams at the line shooting when we return to live action. 11:50 remains, a timeout on the floor as you look at that rejection of Fagan's shot on the inside by Okoro Dudu to take us to a break. 47-35, Golden Bears lead it over Savannah State. We are back live in the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Quarterfinal action in the SIAC tournament. One ball game already been decided in quarterfinal play. You know who the women's entry will be in the semifinals on Thursday. Miles College Lady Bears a winner. And in this ball game, it's the men of Miles College and the Tigers of Savannah State trying to determine which team will advance to the semifinals. 47-36, Golden Bears leading it. Williams got them both from the line. At the timeout, Savannah State. Field goal percentage dropping just a bit to 13 of 33 for 39%. Rebounding edge of note, 25 for the Golden Bears, 18 for the Tigers. Entry pass there denied, but Frost able to get it for the Golden Bears and go hard to the rack, left side for the finish. Frost at 6'7", 235, good body spread there. And able to protect that basketball on the lay-in left side. Joyner has to push it back out front now to Williams. Zion Williams, hard to push, tried to dump it inside, threw it in traffic. The Golden Bears had it momentarily. Now they'll get it with Watson Gale. And they'll get him for the double dribble of the basketball. So far side of the floor, the basketball will belong to the Tigers of Savannah State. It was loose on the floor. Didn't quite pick up that double dribble that was called by the officials, but 10:55 left in the ball game. Williams in the corner. Joyner now lost his dribble in the paint. Williams to the rack, protecting the ball, missed on the shot. Frost clears for the Golden Bears. Watson Gale out front. On the turn, they're trying to get it to Fagan. But Brown still handles with 7 to shoot now. They're trying to see if they can get it down into the Frost. Now they work it at the block. Umar, left-hand shot, missed the shot, but they're a rebound inside and a putback. That was off the mark by Stewart. And the basketball will go over to the Tigers of Savannah State. So Frost getting a lot of registered minutes in this basketball game and making a real difference for that Golden Bear offense. There he and Okoro Dudu tied up inside. Frost knocks it out of bounds. And it'll go back the other way to the men in blue. Joyner, good step toward the rack. Had to go to the left side. He missed on the shot. Got the rebound, missed on the second attempt. Now here's a third attempt, missed it there. And Frost clears finally for the Golden Bears. Savannah State with a good effort down there with 3 looks at the basket. Just not able to close on either of them. Brown out front, trapped out there at the block. They go, nicely done there by the Golden Bears. Easy basket, Joel Logan there, the recipient of the assist from Richard Fagan. Savannah State so far out defensively in terms of picking up the guards, but not a lot of help down at the baseline. That time Logan with an easy lay-in. Shot at the mark is off the mark there, and Frost clears. A short runner there inside the paint by the Tigers. So Frost gets yet another rebound, sending the offense back the other way. 51-37. Golden Bears lead it and have the basketball. They're down to 10 to shoot now. Logan way away from the basket. On the move, running jumper there. Back of the iron by Brown. It leads to a potential run out there by the Tigers. They can't take advantage of it though. Didn't have enough numbers. Scott on the move, quickly left side. Spins in the paint to the cylinder. Left it a little short. They try to snatch it out of the hands of Frost. Almost do, but it comes to Watson Gale instead. Savannah State very scrappy with their smaller guards on the floor. They don't contest a rebound, but they try to get in there and knock it out of your hands as soon as the bigger men are up and trying to pull it down to secure it. Watson Gale for 3, got it. Watson Gale now with 23 points in the ball game. That was his 5th triple in the contest. Underneath, nicely done with body control there by Trey DeLoach. 54-39. Golden Bears building on their lead. Near the mid-stripe, we got a whistle. Foul was called on Bryce Parks, the sophomore for Savannah State, and it comes at the time of the media timeout here in the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. With 7:34 remaining, the Golden Bears lead it 54-39 over the Tigers of Savannah State. Let's take a break and back with more live action on Flo Hoops. The SIAC is returning to the Good Life City for its 2020 baseball and softball championships. Join us in Albany, Georgia as the top 8 teams compete for the SIAC crown. Championships will be held the 2nd through the 5th. To be among the first to hear tournament announcements and information, visit www.thesiac.com. 7:34 left in this contest. Golden Bears, the defending SIAC champs, with a 54-39 lead over the newest member of the SIAC, the Tigers of Savannah State. Whistles in the half-court set. We'll see more of Savannah on tomorrow on the women's side of the bracket. They will play in quarterfinal action, meeting the Tigerettes of Tuskegee University. Ball game there at 1 o'clock tomorrow. That'll be our first ball game in quarterfinal action play tomorrow. Basketball is loose on the floor, and a run out there for the Golden Bears. A basket there by Avery Brown. Whistle on that play as well. Loach picks up the foul. Just slipping down on that play was Joyner to set up that break for the Golden Bears. And look at the hops of Avery Brown for the Golden Bears to finish that. Joyner there just lost his footing to enable that break to get started for the Golden Bears. And that Avery Brown, the junior, is somebody that can certainly finish a break. Back the other way. Avery Joyner tries to get that point back, and he does so in the paint. Forrest Broadnax and the Tigers take a timeout. 57-41 with the Golden Bears leading it. Just trying to make sure that they can keep themselves in the ball game. It's a good time to take that timeout after their basket. Try to settle things down. They have not come up with a formula to stop the Golden Bears in terms of their offensive play. As you take a look at that replay that set up that last basket and the free throw by Avery Brown to give more space for the lead of the Golden Bears. Savannah does come back on the ensuing play as Joyner slipped on the previous play. No slippage here as he stepped inside and got the left-hand floater for the basket. So at this point, the Golden Bears will trade baskets one-on-one with the Tigers of Savannah State. That's why Coach Horace Broadnax is trying to exhort his team on to figure out how they can stop the Golden Bears. Early on in this contest, the Miles College Golden Bears were sluggish as it relates to their offensive rhythm and really shooting under 20% from the floor for the first few minutes of the ball game. But you can attribute that to the perhaps ring rust since they had not played a game live action since February 25th. And also you can attribute it to the fact that this is a new facility, a new venue for the SIAC tournament. And some new names on that Golden Bear roster as well. Same situation that you heard Golden Bear, Lady Bear, Golden Bear coach Philip Wallace refer to, is that you got a combination of things, new players and rust, that kind of lead to slow starts. Play has resumed with 6:45 left now. Across the floor, the Golden Bears have it. 12 to shoot, three-pointer by Fagan. The rimmer is off the mark, and the rebound cleared by Trey DeLoach. Tigers don't have to play with a complete sense of urgency, but they got to start thinking about converting every time they get down the floor. Basketball tapped around. Officials come together on it and say that it stays with the Tigers of Savannah State. Bryce Parks back out on the floor. Or correction, Zion Williams back out there for the Tigers, and so is Marcus Scott. Inside to the rack, shot by the Loaches, rejected by the Golden Bear defense on the inside. Lead up was Frank Royals who coming across to swipe that out of there. On backside, no, this is going to be Joel Logan with the swat. Royals giving chase to try to save it. Defense we talked about being the key for the Golden Bears. Jumper there off the mark. Logan challenges. Basketball is loose. Picked up on the floor by Avery Brown for Miles College. It certainly has been this afternoon. They work it inside. Logan's shot rejected on the inside. Good defensive work by the Loach for the Tigers of Savannah State. Williams slide the three-point line. Now Scott back to Williams. The line drive by the three-pointer is off the mark, but he was fouled by Fagan in the process of shooting. If you look at the half-court set for the Golden Bears down low, just good defensive work there of the block by Trey DeLoach to lead the Tigers of Savannah back the way. Scott and Williams, both good three-point shooters, but it's this time Zion Williams rimming the front, but he got a foul from Fagan. Earlier in this ball game, from that same general area, shot a three-pointer, made it, and Fagan committed the foul. Close to the same situation there, just missed on the front end of that three-pointer. So he's shooting three here from the line, and he got the first. Frost back out on the floor now for the Golden Bears. He replaces Joel Logan in the lineup. Just getting word from the Assistant Athletics Director for External Affairs at Miles College that the rankings have been released from the South region, and the Golden Bears did not advance anymore in the standings. They remain at 10 with the standings. They'll inbound the basketball with 5:39 remaining and a throwaway near the mid-stripe. So the turnover gives it to Savannah State. They trail 57-44. Out front with a jumper. Nice range there, and Joseph Boykin knocks it down. Now the Tigers trying to step up their intensity. Fagan across the timeline, trapped near the sideline. Foul going to be called there on Lawson Ashford. Behind the arc, Boykin got a good look and just hit the bottom of the net with that three-pointer. You know you shoot the pure when that's the way it goes. You don't touch rim, you just get bottom net. Got the Tigers to within 10 with that basket. And on the other end of the floor, Richard Fagan, the junior, shooting free throws here for the Golden Bears. The last time out, Miles 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Now 4 of 5 as Fagan missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Zion Williams trying to answer with another three. Watson Gale tied up after he got the rebound. Foul going to be called with converging Tigers around him. They nab Avery Joyner with the foul as the spinner comes off. Watson Gale able to grab it and hold tight with three Tigers surrounding him. And that basketball really bouncing away after it hit the cylinder from Watson Gale, who had inside positioning, but with the outstretched arms, able to reach out and grab it. He was fouled in the process. Miles already in the bonus, so shooting a 1-and-1 now. Watson Gale on the front end of that got the first free throw. The lead back up to 11 now for the Golden Bears. He's pure on both of them. 5:07 remains. 59-47. Miles back the other way. The finger roll miss by DeLoach, but a follow-up nicely by Okorodudu on the left side for the basket and a foul. Good transition effort here by the Tigers. Right side as DeLoach had a real good look, not able to put it down, but Okorodudu got the space on Frost, able to put it back in and drew the foul. So good work there by the sophomore. He's at the line shooting. Okorodudu with 5 points and 5 rebounds, now 7 after that basket. And up to 8 after the free throw. Trey DeLoach back out now, the junior from Richmond Hill for Coach Broadnax and Savannah. 59-50, the lead is 9 for the Golden Bears. Backcourt pressure by Savannah State. Watson Gill up the floor now, right side. Free is Royals to the glass and underneath the defense. Good body control for the basket. So 61-50 after the basket by Royals in transition. And Coach Broadnax and the Tigers of Savannah take a timeout. Comes with 4:42 remaining in the ball game. And it comes with the Tigers of the Golden Bears leading the Tigers 61-50. The SIAC is proud to partner with Nike to provide fans with a chance to purchase exclusive Nike and championship apparel at their online stores and online at the www.thesiac.com. Good body control there by Royals results in a basket for the Golden Bears Miles College. They lead it 61-50 over Savannah State. Inside of that Savannah huddle, they still have not been able to provide an answer to stopping the Golden Bears. Just an onslaught of aggressive play by Miles College defensively, and they are so able to turn that defensive work into instant offense. They started out slow in this contest, but really coming on as it has progressed. Women's action in quarterfinal play to follow. It will be the Lady Lions of Payne College and the number 1 seed out of the East, the Lady Tigers of Benedict, starting in quarterfinal play. Benedict with the number 1 ranking, got a bye in the first round. Payne worked its way into quarterfinals with a win over Spring Hill on Monday, 71-55 in an afternoon affair. So it'll be our first look at the number 1 team in the East, the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Okoro Dudu away from the basket now. Marcus Scott to the rack, missed on the shot. Okoro Dudu starting to take control down low. Tried to throw it out front, it's batted away, and a foul as the Golden Bears that is, go back the other way. Williams guilty of the foul as there was a run out there with Jalen Watson Gale and Avery Brown headed down the floor for Miles College. An aura of pressure there at Miles College. Men's basketball trying to repeat as SIAC champions. They won it a year ago. And if you follow Miles College football, you know that they are back-to-back SIAC football champions, winning the championship down in Albany this year. So the pressure extends even to the women's basketball program, with head coach Phillip Wallace and his team coming in with a number 1 ranking into the tournament and trying to see if they can't go all the way to claim a crown for Lady Bear basketball. It's a good feeling in Fairfield. Down at the block, turning. Shot's going to be off the mark by the Loach, but a backside putback by Okoro Dudu. Oh, correction, that's Joyner backside. He got the lay-in. 63-52. And a whistle. We go back the other way now. I believe that's Frost tying up Okoro Dudu. 3:53 remains. Timeout on the floor. You see the Golden Bears trying to do the run out, but Frost and Okoro Dudu tied up on the inside. And they'll get Okoro Dudu going back the other way. They're not quite in the bonus yet, but they will have the basketball when we return. 63-52, the Golden Bears with the lead. More quarterfinal action after this timeout on FloHoops. The Home Depot's Retool Your School Campus Improvement Grant Program is back with $50,000 up for grab for the lucky 10 HBCUs where your school will be a winner. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. After the timeout, Tigers will have the basketball. Trailing at 63-52. We're at 3:53 remaining in this quarterfinal ball game. Golden Bears of Miles College, defending SIAC champs. Tigers with it. Top of the key. This is Ashford handling. Works it at the right block. DeLoach circles the paint. Missed on the shot. We're going to have a whistle there. That's going to be an over and back there, as Ashford was trying to find positioning and tried to find it over the back of Frost. Golden Bears are in the bonus, so that will take them back to the other end of the floor to shoot free throws. Frost to shoot. Frost with 6 points in the ball game, perfect from the free throw line at 2 of 2. And he knocks down the first there. Golden Bears at 87% from the free throw line at 7 of 8. And they have upped their field goal percentage tremendously, given where they started, to 44% at 23 of 52, and the exact opposite working for the Tigers of Savannah State. They started out with a higher field goal percentage. Now it's dropped down to 35% at 17 of 48. And that is just not by happenstance. It's because of that aggressive defense of the Golden Bears of Miles College, making the shot choices more difficult for the Tigers. Frost got them both from the line, make it 65-52. Action on the other end. Basketball tapped out of bounds. Good defensive effort by Avery Brown. As you take a look at it, Joyner straight to the basket, left side, and step for step was Brown. They shovel it back inside. DeLoach working, and a whistle. Travel violation on the Tigers. Good face-up down low by Joel Logan. Fresh set of players in the lineup now for Coach Broadnax and the Tigers. Boykin making his way back out on the floor. Kelly and Glover out there. Those are mostly guards, going to try to apply some backcourt pressure. Watson Gill, and that's going to be an over and back there for the Golden Bears. That's a good call. Watson Gill was already kind of straddling the line, and then he threw it in the backcourt. We'll see him standing on the line there, and then pushes it into the backcourt over to Avery Brown. No doubt about that one. And no doubt about it. If it happens here inside this facility, our camera crew is going to be right on top of it. 3:05 remains in the contest. Winner pushes on to semifinal action. Brown really kind of beside himself, saying that didn't happen. Parks inbounds a basketball to Joyner. Out front firing a three is Scott from way downtown. This is the lineup that Coach Broadnax has in there now. He's got some sharpshooters and who are players that are quicker on defense. So we'll see how these final 3 minutes play out with this new set of players for as much as they can go. 65-55. We'll take a look at that final play with Scott finally getting on track from outside. Bingo for him and the Tigers of Savannah State. They needed a big basket, and right there they get it. Scott knocks it down. 65-55 onto the timeout. Back live inside the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. Full court pressure by the Tigers. Watson Gill fouled there as they were trying to get the pass up the floor to him. Contact with Larson Ashford, and Ashford comes up limping just a little bit after that contact. That'll send Watson Gill to the line to shoot for the Golden Bears with 3:04 left. Watson Gill with 25 in the ball game and 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. One more coming to him. Left that at the front of the iron. So the lead at 11 with 3 minutes left. Scott penetrates left side and got it to the rack for the lay-in. Now, back to single-digit lead for the Golden Bears. 2:50 left, 66-57. Miles with the lead. Scott commits the foul. And that will send Frank Royals to the line for Miles College to shoot. Strategy by Coach Broadnax is pretty clear. I got my shooters out here, trying to get them to hit some field goals with little time expiring off the clock. And we're going to make you all go to the line because we're going to foul you early in the sequence and see what you do from there. Royals connected on the first to make it a 10-point lead. And he missed on the second, but he's there for the rebound and the putback, and it stays on the cylinder for him. So he works out a 3-point play there for the Golden Bears in reverse order. Missed on the second free throw, got the rebound, and there for the lay-in. That was a good play. Didn't really backfire against the Tigers of Savannah State, but they should have had that rebound. Instead, it's Royals closing the deal with the lay-in left side. 2:46 remains. The lead by the Golden Bears up to 69-57. And we'll take a time out here on FloHoops. 2:46 remains. Quarterfinal action. 69-57. Lead back up to 12 for the Golden Bears of Miles College. Scott for the Tigers raises with a three-pointer. Missed this one left side. They give chase, trying to run it down in the corner. And on the inbound line, the basketball will go over to Miles. Coach Broadnax with an opportunity to substitute based upon positioning on the court. Now he'll go with more defenders out here, try to see if they can't come away with a steal. The speedier group of players take a walk toward the sideline. Full court pressure. Entry pass to Fagan. Doubled in the corner. And a whistle finally called there. Golden Bears will send Fagan to the line. Double bonus time. That is really the only strategy that's available to Coach Broadnax and the Tigers at this point. 2:32 remains in the ball game. At the last time out, Miles at 87% shooting from the free throw line. They had only missed one free throw. Fagan gets the first one this trip to the charity stripe. A couple of players out on the floor for the Tigers. Zion Williams and also Avery Joyner. Coach Broadnax with a chance to try to get more offensive players in here, knowing that they're going to be going back down on the other end of the floor. Fagan, second rimmer, sit there for a moment and it falls off. So the Tigers have the basketball. On to Williams. Scott now left side, all the way through and underneath the defense, but they missed on the shot. And Joel Logan clears for the Golden Bears. Whistles in the backcourt.
Foul on number 5, Trey DeLoach gets 4th personal foul.
2:17 remains.
At the line, shooting 2.
Frank Royals, the senior, will shoot for the Golden Bears. First free throw good by Royals. One more coming. The Golden Bears have answered the strategy of Coach Broadnax by good, solid free throw shooting. Take their lead up to 72-57. So the Golden Bears getting closer to semifinal action. Tigers in the front court set now. Scott raises a three-pointer from outside, missed on the shot at the block, shot rejected, and run down for the Golden Bears defensively, and a foul in the backcourt again. Good sequence of defense there by the Golden Bears of Miles College. Scott missing badly on the three. You can't fault him for that because he's got to take it even with the pressure on him. But look at that rejection there by Brandon Stewart at the backside. And over on the far side of the floor, Frank Royals there in the right spot to collect that basketball and drew a foul. Royals back to the line to shoot. Spinner is good on his first offering. So as the Golden Bears continue to mount points from the free throw line, they create further separation. Once this game is over, if it stays the way the trend is going now, you will look at it and think that this was a blowout. But the Golden Bears really had to work hard to put themselves into this position later in this second half of the contest. To the rack, and Joyner got enough staying power in the air to float it through with the jump shot or the bank shot left side. Whistles in the backcourt. Really nothing you can do but play this tune until the dance is over. 1:50 left. And the Golden Bears will go back to the free throw line.
At the line, shooting 2, number 1, Richard Fagan.
Fagan to shoot again. The junior from Detroit, Michigan, sinks the first. Fagan got that shooter's roll on his second, pushing that basketball forward. Stewart back out on the floor for Coach Watson. Joyner comes across the timeline. Over to Scott. Scott with the three-pointer this time. He knocks it down. Expect a foul as soon as if this basketball is inbounded. And there it is. It'll be against they fouled Watson Gale. He'll go to the line. They call the foul on Avery Joyner. So Watson Gale to the line to shoot. First free throw, Watson Gale willing that one in, just following it all the way to the rack as it fell forward and in for him. Second one, more definitive on the free throw there, the direct basket. 1:31 left, 78-62, the lead for the Golden Bears. Staved off a hungry group of Tigers of Savannah State who came out a lot more charged and aggressive in the first 10 minutes of this ball game, while the Golden Bears were trying to find their way. Back on the other end as the Tigers are trying to make something happen on the inside. Body contact between Joyner and Royals, and Royals called for the foul. So Joyner shooting here, surveying that Savannah State roster. Although this may be the end of the road for them as it relates to this tournament, they only have 2 seniors on their roster. And 2 of those players, one of them didn't even play tonight, and the other one was Boykin, who played sparingly. So they have a young group of players down in Savannah that they can certainly build and shape around as the program goes forward as a member of the SIAC. 78-64. Golden Bears with the basketball and the lead. Pressure, but they break it pretty easily here in the front court. Watson Gale gives it back out to Brown. 1:20 left. Back up front to Watson Gale. Fagan, bounce pass at the block, and there's the flush by Royals. Snuck across the paint. Fagan found him, and he knocks it down with the jam. 61 seconds left. That shot's off the mark by the Tigers of Savannah State. Fagan in the backcourt pushes to the 4 with the pass. Trapped at the sideline while they work it across the floor on the dribble. 47 seconds, little that Savannah State can do now. 14 to shoot for the Golden Bears. Now 6 to shoot. Royals raises, fires, drops it. So Royals finishing up strong to make it an 83-64 ball game with 23 seconds left. Reverse lay in there. That shot's off the mark by Zion Henderson. And it looks like we're going back on the other end of the floor to shoot yet more free throws. Henderson trying to recover after missing that shot. He commits the foul. You see him grabbing the arm there of Joel Logan. So Logan to shoot. And again, Logan here with one of these free throws, a chance to make this a 20-point deficit. And that will certainly be deceiving as the box score is presented. Got the spinner on the first free throw going forward. And that's what you want when you're shooting free throws. All will not be spot on, but you want that rotation pushing forward to give you a chance at that ball going inside the cylinder. So he makes it 85-64 now. Tigers work it behind the arc. On the move, jumper there off the air ball on the backside. And that will do it. Golden Bears, Miles College still in a situation to defend their SIAC championship from a year ago. They win in quarterfinal play against the Tigers of Savannah State, 85-64. And we'll have a chance to talk to Coach Watson after we take a break. We'll do that right here. Final score once again, 85-64. Golden Bears win it. They push on into semifinal play on Friday. We'll take a timeout here on Flo Hoops. We're back live inside the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, joined by the head coach of the Golden Bears of Miles College, head coach Fred Watson. After your team, first appearance in tournament play, you win it over the Tigers of Savannah State, 85-64. Your thoughts about the basketball game overall?
Well, first I want to give a lot of credit to Coach Broadnex, man. He did a really good job with his guys. Those guys are really prepared. And also, I got a lot of respect for him because when he was a Division I coach, man, he really took time with me, talked to me, and, mentored me, and never big-time me, and he's a real solid guy. So I take no comfort in the fact that it's my job beating him. But, real solid guy. He did a great job with his guys. As far as the game was going, man, we just had to weather the storm. They came out really hot. They came out really prepared, focused. They tried to take Avery Brown away from us early. So we kind of got him off the ball and tried to run some continuity without him. And then we let our defense take over. Our defense kind of dominated the game in the second part of the game, and our defense got us into a good offensive rhythm. So, things played out.
You were off since February 25th in terms of play. Any concern coming into the tournament that there would be a little bit of ring rust, or did you see any at the very beginning of the ball game?
No, not really, because we kind of simulated a couple days of practice. I'm humble, but I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of knew how to prepare them with that much time off. I thought we needed the rest was more important for us because we're not that deep. So we knew how to handle that gap, and we had some really tough days in between, and we had some light days. So I think we did a good job of handling it. The only thing I was concerned with was the way Savannah State scores the ball, and I thought we're going to be out of a defensive rhythm more so of an offensive rhythm.
With them, you made a reference to the way that they score their points. Did that flow with your defensive strategy? One of the things you just talked about is the strategy of using your defense to kind of turn it to offense. And in this game, it was just like a spigot. At some point, you all just shut them down and turned them out.
Right. Eventually, I just tell the guys, man, give our defense a chance. So, man, we can't give up open threes. We can't give up straight line drive. That's what we pride ourselves on, man. Trust the help behind you. And that's what we did. We trusted help behind us. Those guys are a jump shooting team. We made them put the ball on the floor. We got in the gas. We got some deflections. We made them take some tough shots that they don't normally take. And then, we got some runouts and kind of opened the game up a little bit.
And the half-court set. So that contest coming your way next, just ahead on Flo Hoops.